What's up, YouTube? So I'm going to give you a little bit of background on myself. I was in the Air Force for 6 years. I got out as an E5, got an honorable discharge. I was a computer guy in the service, and it translated perfectly into what I'm doing now. The reason I'm doing this video is because recently a young guy came up to me and was joining the Marine Corps, which I have mad respect for all branches, because when I was deployed I worked with everybody, and I can't stand candid statements. Air Force guys are pussies, Army are dumbasses, Marines all they do is they're just grunts and they just kill people. Navy, they're gay, right? That's what everybody talks about. It's complete bullshit, man. All branches have some sharp people and all branches have some dumbasses. That's just the way it is. I would say, if you were to join a branch, if you want to serve your country, full-fledged serve your country and be infantry or special forces, or in the Air Force, our special forces be like TAC-P, pararescuemen, or even the EOD guys. They do a lot of combat-related stuff. Go for it, man. It's all what you're driven to do. It doesn't make you an idiot by any means, or make you a pussy because you want to join the Air Force. It's just we all have different missions. The Marines, I really liked working with the Marines because they take the rank structure seriously. They're very disciplined, and they're not afraid to do old school methods. By old school methods means you fuck up, you're going to be doing some sandbag detail, you're going to be doing some crazy ass shit. You're going to be running 3 miles, 5 miles, 10 miles. Air Force is more paperwork driven. You fuck up, you're going to get a reaming, and then we're going to write you an LOC or LOR. You're going to get an Article 15. I think it's important for people to understand the differences. Air Force, working with all branches, is really lax compared to most branches. And I'm not going to even use that as a candid statement, because some of the security forces guys, their structure's kind of like the Army. Some of our pararescuemen, I mean, mad respect for those guys. Anybody who calls those guys pussies, TAC-P, pararescuemen, they clearly aren't fucking educated at all. They don't know what they're talking about, because those guys are some bad-ass motherfuckers. And those guys are sent in the shit to rescue people like the Marines, the Army, people that are getting shot at. The pararescuemen, anybody who calls them pussies, I guarantee they couldn't keep up with those guys. And the Navy SEALs, there's some badass motherfuckers too. I mean, they killed. And then you got, Marines. You got the recon guys. They're fucking sick. And Army, I mean, you got Rangers. And I know I'm excluding some of these special forces guys, and I apologize for that. But every branch is equally important. The thing I tell people is if you're gonna pick a branch to translate it to the outside world, then you should probably go in the Air Force or the Navy. They give you the technical skills. They have the most jobs with the technical skills. Now, there's Marine jobs and there's Army jobs with the exact same type of missions. And I'm not talking about the Coast Guard very much, because most people aren't asking about the Coast Guard. Let's be honest. I mean, there's some people, and there's nothing wrong with that branch either. Like I said, we all have different missions. We all have different purposes. Air Force is support. So when we're deployed, we're doing the background stuff, like managing the networks and making sure all the cybersecurity is secure. And drones. People forget about the Predators, the drones, the UAVs, the ones that are blowing the fuck out of ISIS and Taliban. I mean, we're destroying them with drones. We're just as important as any other branch. Our security forces guys, I mean, they're considered our grunts of the Air Force. I mean, any of them, the people that are going to argue with that are probably the ones that are security forces. But they are our grunts. And what I mean by that is they're the ones doing the dirty work, and they're the ones that are most likely to... They have pretty much the lowest general score for the Air Force. They're not dumb by any means. I know people that just want to do it, which is fine too. But if that's a route you want to take, you can get law enforcement. People don't understand in the Air Force too, everything you do from your basic training through your tech school, you get college credit for. So when you're going to get your associate's degree, which is your CCAF, you got to take like 5 classes. I mean, I don't know about the other branches, so it'd be ignorant for me to even assume that they don't have that program. But I mean, you go to work, you go home. When you're at work, it's completely structured. When you go home, you're home. When you're an NCO, you still have all the same respect, and you're still in charge of troops. It's very structured. It's the least structured out of all branches, I would say, but it's still very structured. It's still a branch of the United States military. That's just a little insight from someone who's been through the Air Force and has worked with other branches. I'm so tired of these candid statements. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. We're all equal. We just have different missions. Air Force aren't a bunch of pussies. The Army's not a bunch of fucking retards like everybody says. The Marines aren't just a bunch of killers and dumbasses. And the Navy aren't a bunch of fags. I mean, it's retarded. I can't believe that people even assume that. And it's usually people that say that shit are usually in the other, we're all in the other branches. Air Force is calling Army a bunch of idiots. The Marines are calling Air Force a bunch of pussies. I mean, it's just a revolving, dumbass circle. At the end of the day, when we're in combat, we all need each other. I mean, it doesn't matter. An E5 is an E5. An E9 is an E9. I'd like to see a Marines sergeant, an E5, walk up to an Air Force chief, an E9, and call him a pussy. Hey, you're a pussy, man. I guarantee when your sergeant major gets called, you're going to get fucked up. Just the same. Same with, just all branches. It's ridiculous. But, sorry to ramble a little bit. It's just my insight. I hope you like my video. Feel free to comment. I know I'm going to get some criticism. It's just the way it is. And people bitch about whatever they want to bitch about. But I hope you enjoy it all the same. Thank you very much.